Alright, fuck. Yeah. Unfortunately, to every Batman, there's a Joker. To every hero, a villain. And to every fucking best list, there's a worst list. Luckily, this is only five awful movies of 2018 I have to talk about. I didn't want to talk about any movies that weren't great but weren't awful, so I only limited my list to the five movies I gave D pluses to, which was great. Didn't want to talk about really any ones that gave C minuses, but we do have five movies that I do think are deserving to make my worst list of 2018, and we're going to start with the most recent one, 5, Holmes and Watson. I mean, what more can I say? I literally just reviewed this. It sucks. It's not funny. The writing, the Sherlock bit, it's awful. Score, everything about it. Will Ferrell absolutely sucks in this movie. And it's just frustrating and why they even made this. And this is definitely deserving to make my list at number 5. Moving on to number 4, we have Truth or Dare. Luckily, I saw this movie with basically only me and my two friends in the entire theatre, so we could have a laugh, we could make fun of this shitty ass movie, and never had to see it with anyone else in there. It would have been an awful experience. It was just such a hit and a miss with this horror film. I think the edited smile, just absolutely ruined any hope of this movie being good. I remember seeing this and went, alright, and then as soon as that trailer showed the bing bing, I'm out. It was fucking awful. This is not what a horror movie should be at all. I've actually got 3 horror movies on this list, so there's a lot of horror movies that absolutely stink and miss, and this was definitely one of them. Moving on to number 3, we have Strangers 2, Prey at Night. Now, this movie, it was almost so bad it was good. I kind of got those vibes because the score is so crazy, and some of the shit that happens, you're just like, are you serious? And I think that's why it's only at number 3. It probably could have been 2, maybe even 1. And we actually only saw this. There was one session in like the entire state. And we went and saw it. So the theater was pretty packed, and everyone was just like, "What the fuck did we just watch?" This was so disappointing, especially how good the first one was. It kind of just ruined everything good about the first one. Imagine if they did the first one again, but everything that they did good, they just went, "We're gonna make it bad." That's what this movie fucking was. It was just a mess. Bad horror. Again, bad horror is very easy to fuck up. Coming in at number 2, we have Slender Man. A movie that shouldn't have been made in 2018. They're probably fucking 5 or 6 years late with this movie. It was so boring. So anticlimactic. So hit and miss. Another horror that absolutely sucked. I definitely don't recommend wasting your time on this. It was just so shit. It was just a waste of time. It wasn't even so bad it was good. It was just bad. It was so slow. They kind of didn't explain weird shit that was happening, and you were like, what the fuck did I just watch? And what the fuck did I just watch? Moving on to the number 1, the worst movie of 2018, 1517 to Paris. This movie, I feel bad about making my number 1 because it really just was just so poorly crafted. It couldn't have been worse acted, written, shot, everything. It was so, I feel bad because this is the legit guys that had this thing going on, but it was just, I felt like I was watching a really bad film. At least these movies, as shit as they are, the other 4, they were A grade shit. This wasn't even A grade shit. This was D minus grade shit. It just felt so poorly crafted, and I think that's why it came into my number 1, because it just didn't feel like it was a real movie, deserved to be at the cinemas. And I think that's what I feel bad about, because these guys are heroes in real life and I respect you for it, but unfortunately acting is not your thing, and the movie makers just did not deliver at all. I feel bad because I think this is truly the worst film of the year. I think this is the worst made film of the year, and that is why it's at number 1. Thank you guys for watching my list. Honestly, I don't think there might not be one next year, because I'm reducing the amount of films I see, and I'll avoid stinkers like this when it comes to that next year. Again, if you want extended thoughts, which I don't think you really need for these movies, you can go see my reviews, all of them on my channel from this year. Check them out. Check out the rest of my channel. Again, My best list dropped yesterday, and a lot of exciting stuff to come. It's going to be the year of the Blu-ray 2019, so get excited for that. Subscribe, comment what your worst film was. If you disagree, let me know, whatever you want to talk about. But of course, guys, have a good one.